Yes, greetings, blessings, people. I'm here live and direct with a special guest. And you know what, special guest, I feel like you need to introduce yourself and let the people know who you are.
Yeah, I'm Winston Mexican, the owner of Love Injection Sound System.
Wow, what an introduction. So, I mean, I know who Love Injection are, but let the people know what is Love Injection and how did you kind of develop it and how did it get going?
Yeah, Love Injection started in the mid 80s,
Mm.
around 1986, um, where I had a sound system prior to that called Misha,
Yeah,
which consisted of, it was a root sound. It consisted of quad boxes and heavy duty amplifiers and stuff.
yeah.
Also had a truck to move it around. So in the 80s, um, what happened is my younger brother, his name is Zuki,
Mm.
and Billy, they used to be part of a sound called Master Blaster.
Okay.
And what happened is Master Blaster came to an end, and they came to me and asked me if they could become part of Mishak.
Mm.
Um, and so we started the journey as Mishak, and then eventually we changed the name to Love Injection. So
Yeah.
that's how Love Injection started.
Wow.
Um, yeah, we moved forward from there. We used to do parties, just
Yeah.
parties,
Yeah.
bluesies as they were called in them days, you know.
Yeah. Okay.
The bluesies, our own bluesies, but because nobody knew the name, nobody would come to the bluesies. The bluesies were empty.
Okay.
But we went on for a while doing bluesies and not much going on, doing parties and stuff. And one of the sounds at that time that every blues they played that was Ram was a sound called Rockers Roadshow.
Mm.
And Mikey owns Rockers Roadshow, and he was good friends with me. So I said to him, Mikey, listen, I'd love to do a blues with you because you've already got the crowd. So give me a date where we can do a blues together. And he gave me a date
Yeah.
in 1987, a blues day, New Year's Eve. And we kept a blues dance together.
Yeah.
And the place was rammed out completely. But what it did, it gave Love Injection a platform to play on.
Nice.
And from that day on, we had a following.
Mm.
And we continued with Love Injection in blueses and parties and stuff. And then one day, I was listening to Silver Hawk.
Okay.
Silver Hawk is a sound from Jamaica that were playing lots of dub plates like Dennis Brown, Gregory Isaacs, Beres Hammond. All these dub plates they were playing, I couldn't believe it. I was going, wow, because Love Injection up until this time, we were just playing UK artists.
Yeah.
You know, one of our first dub plates was voiced by an artist by the name of, what's his name again? His name's Culture. He's
Okay.
from Birmingham, Peter Culture
Yeah.
from Birmingham, and he did a song called "The Electric Chair,"
Nice. Okay.
and, and Love Injection voiced that as a dub plate. We also voiced Jacko Melody from Birmingham
Mm.
and various artists from London. Um, so we hadn't really gone into the Jamaica artist line as yet. But when I heard Silverhawk, I was going, "Wow, I can't believe that these artists are voicing dub plates because the only time we would see these artists is on big stage shows."
Yeah.
So my venture then was to go to Jamaica.
Mm.
And I went to Jamaica and met up with my family out there who were into the music scene. And the first dub plates I brought back from Jamaica was an artist called Ninja Man.
Oh yeah.
And Ninja Man was doing really well at the time.
Yeah.
So I brought back the dub plates, Ninja Man. And just going back a little bit before that, before I went to Jamaica, there was a sound system owner. He used to own a sound called Mafia Tone.
Oh yeah.
Mafia Tone was a great sound. Stafford Douglas owned it. and he had a record shop, and we went to Stafford and says, "Oh, we need some dub plates from Jamaica." And Stafford got us about four dub plates from Jamaica, some little small artists and stuff. But
Mm,
I just thought we needed more. So when I went to Jamaica, I voiced Ninja Man.
mm,
So then we started to play in dances where dub plates were relevant.
yeah.
And one of the places we were playing is in Porsche Club on a Monday night. And the Ninja Man dub plates, along with the dub plates that Stafford Douglas got us, they
Yeah.
was tearing down the place,
Yeah.
along with Corporal Billy just giving it that extra spice. And
Mm,
Big John was giving it the extra spice. Um, and we had Cheshire Cat,
yeah,
we
yeah.
had Hedgehog, all these might men that was giving it extra spice. And to be fair, we took off in a big way.
Mm, yeah. I was gonna say, wow. Wow.
Yeah, we took off in a big way. So that was the early starting of Love Injection. And then obviously because I made a lot of links in Jamaica with different studios and artists and stuff,
Yeah.
I then managed to get dub plates
Yeah.
flowing from Jamaica. I remember one of the dances we were playing in the Porsche Club, and there was Wicker Man and Barkey
Mm.
who was coming in from Jamaica, and they actually were bringing dub plates to this dance for us to play. We were clashing. I can't remember the name of the sound was clashing with. And they walked in the dance and walked up straight to the sound and handed over these dub plates in
Yeah.
front of everyone. And people were going, "Oh my God, Love Injections just had some personal dub plates delivered."
Yeah. That's
But
mad.
you know, it was crazy, man. But yeah, I mean, that's how we started, and it was a good vibe. And we were
Mm.
clashing with lots of sounds, and being triumphant in most of the cases. And yeah, that's how Love Injection started.
Wow, what an intro.
Yeah, man.
Because I feel like every time I see Love Injection on flyers and stuff, I see with like clashing. So would you say that you've kind of gone from that party sound to more of a clash sound? What would you say?
Well, okay, what I'd say is this.
Yeah,
Love Injection has always been what we call a juggling sound
yeah,
because we weren't the first, but we was one of the first to come out with two turntables. Because
mm,
if people know sounds from the early days, they played with one turntable
yeah,
and they played with their back facing the crowd.
mm,
That's how they used to play in the olden days.
yeah,
So we changed that and we had two turntables and faced the crowd,
mm,
right? And with the two turntables, it enabled you to mix the songs in
yeah,
to each other. So the way we were playing the songs and flowing, it was more of a juggling. We had a juggling to us that people just loved to come and hear.
mm,
But then obviously in a competition, we would take that juggling to a next level.
yeah,
Because we had that devastating mic man, Corporal Billy, who would devastate people in the dance, and our dub plates, our dub plates became like really heavy, like lead when he was behind them.
yeah. They hit double hard, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. Good gosh.
you know what I mean. So
Yeah.
yeah, we had clashes that we were doing, and yeah, but we still kept up the juggling because
Mm.
juggling is how we started from the parties going forward.
Yeah.
So what I would say with Love Injection, I think that we're kind of, I'd say 50-50. Clashes are something that we love and we do all the time, but
Yeah.
juggling is also something that we love and do.
I love that. I love that. So, for people who are not very familiar with a clash, what is the difference between juggling and a clash? Just in case people are wondering, what is the difference?
Okay, well, with a clash, what you do, you have to prepare. You
Yeah.
have to prepare to compete with another sound system, one, two, three, or four. And in preparation, you have to listen to what they play.
Mm.
You have to then prepare yourself to either counteract them or prepare yourself to play better than them,
Yeah.
right? And so when you're in the competition, you have to be the one that gets the most response from the crowd.
Mm.
And in order to get that, it will be either the songs you play or how you play them, or the mic man on the microphone bringing the vibes to the song and getting the big forwards.
Yeah.
The more forwards you get, the more chance you have of winning the clash. And normally what happens is in the clash, if there's three, four, or five sounds, it boils down to just two sounds, and they go through a round called one for one, which means you play one dub plate each.
Yeah.
And it may be the best of 10.
Mm.
So for argument's sake, you play 10 dub plates each, and the first one to win 6 rounds,
Yeah.
because they've played what considered to be the best dub plates, will end up being the winner for the dance.
Mm.
So that's a clash. With the juggling, it's different because what you want to do is keep people dancing, keep people having a good time,
Yeah.
keep keep people coming up and asking you to pull up the song and replaying it and just keeping the music flowing. And the DJ or the mic man on the mic is keeping everybody in high energy.
Yeah.
So that's the difference between a clash and juggling.
Yeah. I hear you. Has there been a, this might be difficult, I'm not sure, a favorite clash or a favorite kind of juggle session that you've had?
My favorite clash, I would say, would have been with Saxon.
Yeah.
Um, and this was in, I think it may have been in 19, let me see when that clash was, because it's been a while now.
Yeah.
Um, where are we now? 2016. So it might have been in about 2014 or 13.
Oh wow, that would have been a wicked session.
Yeah, that was just Love Injection and Saxon in London.
Yeah.
And this was in London, in Saxon's territory.
Oh, okay.
Right. And the dance was partly Saxon's dance.
Mm.
And they booked us to come there and clash with them in Saxon's hometown.
Yeah.
And we both brought our sound systems.
Mm.
And the dance had in excess of 3,000 people in there with just
Oh
two
wow.
sound systems.
Yeah.
And needless to say, Love Injection got the better of Saxon.
Okay.
And that was a big talk. That was like the biggest talk ever because, as you can imagine, it's like when people seen the dance and they thought, hold on a minute, Saxon's bringing Love Injection to play in their hometown. That
Mm.
means that Saxon must be prepared to kill Love Injection.
Yeah.
They must be prepared because they're bringing them to their hometown and they're going to annihilate Love Injection. So people,
Yeah.
so much people came to the dance because they wanted to see this annihilation.
Mm.
But we kind of flipped the script and turned it around on Saxon and got the better of him in his hometown. And that was, I think, one of the best clashes that we'd had for a long time.
Yeah.
As far as juggling is concerned, I think that some of the best juggling dances has been with some of the Jamaican sounds,
Oh,
which
nice.
has been with the likes of Bass Odyssey,
Mm.
Stone Love, Tony Mataran, all these kind of people. We've had juggling dances with them and they've been crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, the juggling dances tend to have a slightly different audience. They have a more Jamaican based audience
Yeah.
for juggling dances nowadays. Um, and they take juggling very seriously. You need to know what you're doing. If
Yeah.
you're a selector and you're going to these dances and you're not playing the songs in the right order,
Mm.
if you're not playing them, so that they mix into each other properly, if the mic man's not saying the right thing, they write you off.
Yeah. Well, I suppose that's a good thing because it keeps you ready as a DJ, right? As a selector, keeps you ready.
Absolutely, you have to be at the top of your game.
Yeah. So, I mean, it feels like Love Injection is going to keep on going forever, which is great to hear. But what are you finding difficult? Because I know we're speaking about it like it's easy, but I'm sure there's been difficult times.
Yeah, because what you got to understand is that Love Injection's been running for 40 years now. We're keeping our
Wow.
40th anniversary on the 25th of April,
Mm.
right, to celebrate
Yeah.
40 years in the business. Now, when I say celebrate 40 years in the business, I mean there has been no month
Yeah.
that Love Injection has not played for 40 years.
Wow.
There's
So,
been no month that
yeah,
we have
that's
not
so good.
played for
Yeah.
40 years. And I'm saying no month. In some months, we could play probably 3 or 4 times.
Mm.
In some months, maybe once. But there's been no month when Love Injection has not played for 40 years. And we're not just talking with music, we're talking also with sound system.
Yeah.
So the sound system has had to be upgraded over the years to keep up
Mm.
with the times.
Yeah.
And not only that, we've expanded and we've gone to Jamaica and built a sound system in Jamaica.
Mm.
And the sound system in Jamaica is doing very well,
Nice.
right? So, I mean, to be fair, uh, the only time Love Injection, no, I can't even say that. Love
Mm.
Injection is never going to stop because even when I'm not here, God rest my soul, if that ever happens, but if I'm not here, there's members there to continue the brand.
Yeah.
And they have the same energy as me
Mm.
in Jamaica and in the UK. So the brand will always be there. I mean, I've got to say this, it's not been easy.
Yeah.
And anybody in a sound system or any DJ or anyone involved in music, they have to look at it and say, Love Injection, how have you managed to be consistent for
Mm.
40 years? That is an achievement. And
Yeah.
yeah, it's been hard. Serious. There's been ups
Mhm.
and downs, but it's been hard because, as you know, the genre of music changes
Yeah.
all the time. So
Mm.
what happens is, in order for you to be current, you have to keep changing with that.
Yeah.
I mean, when we first started, like the Abyssinians, you know, um, those kind of artists, roots kind of artists, Johnny Clark, and all these were the ones that were of time.
Yeah.
Today, you have Vibes Cartel, you
Yeah.
know, we have Nige Boy. We have
Mm.
all these artists that are of today. And Love Injection has been recording all these artists through all the changes in
Mm.
40 years,
Yeah.
right? So another thing is our dub plate collection is exclusive
Mm.
because we've got recordings with artists that are no longer here.
Yeah. Wow.
Artists that I've had time to be in the studio with and do a lot of work with. Um, and unfortunately, they're no longer with us. But we have special recordings of all these artists that we've been involved in over the years.
Mm.
So, in that respect, I feel very fortunate that I was put in a position to
Yeah.
record them. Even though it's dub plates, sometimes when I play them to myself and I listen, I go, wow,
Mm.
look at Dennis Brown.
Mm.
Look how he sounded in them days. Like
Yeah.
Garnet Silk, who's not here anymore with us. Look how he sounded.
Mm.
Um, People like Bunny Wailer.
Wow.
And I could go on and on and on and on. John Holt,
Wow.
all these people. And we had great relationships with them. So our dub box has become a valued possession.
Yeah, for real. And of course, you got the great Chronics as well.
Yeah,
He
well,
doesn't do many, does he?
Chronics was the artist that I focused on from
Mm.
his first recording that I heard. And
Mm.
I happened to be in Jamaica at the first time, and I was watching a TV, and Chronix was on there on a bike with
Mm.
lots of his brethren them riding, and they were singing. And, yo, this you bad.
Yeah.
And I was very fortunate to be put in a position in the UK where, in Birmingham especially, where I ended up being the first promoter to put a Chronix dance on.
Mm.
And in doing that, I ended up being the only promoter in Birmingham to put Chronix in Birmingham.
Yeah.
And I did that on an annual basis up until I did the Chronix and Coffee,
Mm.
right, in Birmingham. And that was just
Yeah, it's incredible.
the pinnacle of promotion because, I mean, there was in excess of 10,000 people,
Mm.
right, with Chronix and Coffee performing in Birmingham. And to me, that just blew my mind.
Yeah.
So from taking him from the drum as it was at that time when we sold out the drum and people turned up without tickets and couldn't get in,
Mm.
That was the first promotion of Chronic
Yeah,
up until when I did Chronics and Coffee, and in excess of 10,000 people was in the venue. And what a night we had. It was
yeah,
special.
definitely was. Big up for that because it was a moment. I feel like that was a moment for reggae music. It was like a
Absolutely.
can't explain it in words properly, but I felt proud, that
Yeah,
there's
man.
so many people in a room celebrating reggae. It just felt right.
Yeah, man. It was nice. It was really
Yeah,
nice.
definitely. And being someone who owns a sound system like you have for so long, how are you finding the sound system kind of culture in these times? Because it's different, right?
Yeah, it's different to when I first started.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, sometimes the way I have to look at it is like this.
Mm.
When Love Injection first started
Yeah.
and we got into the music deeply,
Mm.
some of the artists that were coming on the scene was like Cobra,
Mm.
Buja Banton,
Yeah.
Bounty Killer. Some of these artists were DJs
Mm.
that people before us didn't have any connection with.
Yeah. I hear that.
They didn't have any connection with them, but they have connection now.
Mm.
But they didn't have any at the time when we were playing these artists and saying, wow, this is the latest thing,
Mm.
blah, blah, we're playing them. So the way I have to look at the industry is now we have some artists that, as far as we're concerned, or most people are concerned, they don't know them.
Yeah.
They're very young and they're trying to get out there. But the same would apply. The younger people, they know them,
Mm. True.
right?
Yeah.
And they love them, right? You know, you got artists like Jamal,
Mm.
artists like Nige Boy, all these artists that are about that are very young,
Yeah.
but the younger people gravitate to them.
Hmm.
So how I see it is things are changing, but they're no different to when 40 years ago. It's
Mm.
just a different era now,
Yeah, I hear you.
right? A different era. So young people are open to different music to what we were open to back in the days,
Yeah.
right? And if you want to stay in the business, you have to accommodate that.
Hmm.
Because what we have to understand is being a sound system owner, one of the greatest things to do is to stay current,
Yeah, I hear that.
right? You can get caught up with saying, okay, you know what? I just want to play Barry Salmon. I just want to play Dennis Brown. I just want to play John. And there's nothing wrong with that. That is fine. But the problem that you have is the genre of people that love that music and want to hear that music, they are getting older.
Mm.
And the younger generation are coming in and they would consider certain artists as their veteran artists. And
Mm.
those artists, the older people are not even looking at. They're thinking, who the
Yeah.
hell are them? You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
loving this is why where Love Injection is concerned, there's so much genres of music that we're connected to. We can play in roots dances, we can play in lovers rock dances, we
Mm.
can play in revival dances, we can play in dancehall, we can play in clashes,
Yeah.
because we've collected so much music over the years that we can entertain in all those different genres of music and
Yeah,
have a good time.
definitely. And one thing I wanted to ask, because it seems to be a topic that's been discussed several times, which is about how Europe's changing sound system. Do you think they are? Or is it just they're joining in?
Well, Love Injection has played in Europe a few times.
Yeah.
We've competed with sounds in Europe
Yeah.
and we've won a few clashes in Europe.
Mm.
And what I can say as far as Europe is concerned, they take reggae music seriously.
Yeah.
You know, with the UK and Jamaica, maybe we got a bit complacent with some of the music that we have because we've got it and we
Yeah.
listen to it all the time, we play it all the time. But in Europe, these guys are taking it serious,
Mm.
right? What I would say to me, I think it's a good look for reggae music because it's branching out into different parts of the world. and people are enjoying it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand that as far as the culture side of it is concerned, it might have a twist. But the
Mm,
fact of the matter is, that's not the point. The point that we need to look at is the enjoyment that it's bringing to people,
mm,
right? That's the most important thing.
yeah.
They're actually enjoying it and supporting it.
Mm,
And that's what we have to see, because
yeah.
that to me is what it's all about.
Yeah. I hear that. Definitely is that for sure. And I mean, is there been a either a place where you want to go to visit or somebody you want to record, anything you want to do for the future that you haven't done yet, that you can give us an exclusive of?
Well, one of the artists,
Yeah,
I'm sure, I don't care what nobody says. If I had Love Injection when
yeah,
the artist was alive, I would have voiced him, and that would have been Bob Marley.
yeah, of course.
Yeah, I would have voiced him. I would have found him and reasoned with him to the
Yeah,
point where they're gone, Winston, never get a dub plate.
yeah. Yes. Oh
So
God.
that's one of the things I would like to do. One of
Yeah,
the other things that I'd love to do, which we haven't done as yet,
yeah.
we have not played in Africa.
Oh wow.
And
Yeah.
I know there's some demand for us, but the people that are approaching me for whatever reason, we
Mm.
haven't been able to agree something to make it happen. But that's one of the places I'd like to bring Love Injection to play because I think that would be good.
That'd be amazing. That would
Yeah,
absolutely
man.
be amazing. I played in Gambia and it was a
Yes,
joy. It's a complete joy. It feels like you're at home. It's really a different experience when you kind of
I
go back
believe
home.
that.
Yeah, it
Yeah, man, I
really is.
believe it, man.
It's
Yeah,
beautiful
man.
for real. And I'm a big advocate for kind of one generation passing down to the next generation. So what would you pass down to me as some advice or anything you want to say?
Well, to you, what I'd pass down to you is look, if you love music
Yeah.
and you see yourself, having that as part of your life,
Mm,
right? The one thing I'd pass down to you is don't stop,
mm,
continue. Because you know what? Music, to me, I mean, let me just bring you back a bit. When I used to work for British Rail
mm,
as an electrician, and I used to look forward to the weekend
mm.
so I could listen my music.
Yeah.
And there's a message in the music.
Yeah, for sure.
There's a message in the music.
Mm,
I mean, some of the current musics up to date, they ain't got no message.
yeah.
But when I say message, people supposed to know what music I'm talking about,
Yeah, definitely.
right? And those used to elevate me
Mm,
and strengthen me to go back Monday morning.
yeah.
So what I'm trying to say to you is, if you love the music, keep pushing the message in the music to the people because they need it.
Yeah, definitely. I'll be doing that for sure. I know I know you guys have come to Coventry so often, but I would love to for you guys to do it again. Keep coming back to Coventry.
Yeah, we was there the other day.
Yeah, I know. I seen that. I seen that you guys
Yeah,
were
we was
here.
there the other day and we had a really good night. It was really
Yeah,
nice. And the Coventry people look like they appreciate our presence. And
yeah.
yeah, we had a good time. And yeah, I look forward to coming back to Coventry because it's been a moment since we haven't been. It's been a minute. So
Mm,
yeah, I think Coventry, funnily enough, is one of those places where Love Injection in the past, we used to go quite often.
mm.
But for whatever reason, it's been a while since we've been, and then we went on Saturday just
Yeah,
gone, and we had a ball.
yeah. I know that, definitely. Yeah, for sure. So, what events have you guys got coming up that I can kind of keep pushing for people to go come and see you guys?
Okay, so we've obviously got the 40th anniversary on the 25th of April,
Yeah.
which is in Birmingham at King of Clubs, which is on Hill Street in Birmingham city centre.
Mm,
Right, so we have that coming up. The night before that,
yeah.
we're in London um, with Java Nuclear, Saxon, and also Silverhawk.
Oh,
a
nice.
Back to the Foundation event, and that's on the Friday.
Yeah.
I think it's on the 2nd of May. We're in Nottingham with V Rocket,
Okay. Yeah.
right? It's a venue in Nottingham. On the 15th of May, we're in Bedford,
Mm,
doing a festival in Bedford. Right. On the 12th of May, we're in Bristol,
yeah.
doing an event in Bristol. Um, and quite a few more events. We're in August, we're in Bradford.
Yeah.
We're also in Belgium,
Nice.
doing some events out there. Just look out for the posts on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. We always push our events out.
Yeah.
Log on to loveinjection.com to find more information, or Love Injection on Instagram or Love Injection on TikTok. And we're always posting. So, yeah,
Yeah.
feel free to follow us.
Definitely. And I hope people are following if they love sounds, they should follow you
Yeah,
anyway.
man. Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely.
And so, I mean, we're coming to the last little bit of the interview, but I wanted to say thank you to you for continuing to push music, push the sound, because you guys put in the work and it is an inspiration for the younger generation, such as us and even younger, to watch and see. It's a complete joy, especially when all of you are together and just working as a team. So thank you.
Yes. No, no, listen. When you love music,
Yeah.
it's something that you do from the heart,
Mm.
right? And trust me, um, you need to do it from the heart, because trust me, if it's money you're doing it for, forget it.
Yeah. Tell us about it. Oh gosh.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's from the heart, and trust me, I've given my full heart into this. So,
Mm.
I hope over the years, Love Injections hopefully managed to touch some people in positive ways,
Yeah,
and they can reflect on it, and just keep following us, and
mm,
we'll keep doing the best we can to keep everybody entertained.
for sure. And if you ever need a female selector to join you guys, let me know.
Okay,
I'll
okay, I'll
join
make
you.
a note of that.
For
I'll make a
real.
note of
Definitely. I'd love that.
that.
But you know what? It's been a
Oh,
joy to speak with you, and I hope we can meet in person someday as well.
DJ Kat, nice speaking to you too.
Anytime, King. Thank you so much. Keep a lookout.
Blessed love.
Yeah?
Will
Blessings.
do.
Bless. Bless.
Bless.